Hello everybody and welcome to the episode of NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod career mode for our 5th and final season. We look at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race results from the Darlington Raceway, whereas Rajah Caruth getting his 3rd career win and 1st win on the season over Christian Eckes. How about Stephen Parsons, a career best 3rd place finish. Ross Chastain coming down from Cup for a top 5 effort. Lane Riggs also in position 5. Then William Sawalich, Daniel Hemrick, Tanner Gray, Corey Heim, and Brandon Jones the top 10. So congrats to Rajah Caruth on the big win here in Darlington of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So we'll see how that affects the Xfinity Series playoff standings so far, as they have completed their first 8 races of the season, and Rajah, of course, shoots to the top of the board. He is your points leader, and of course, provisionally into the playoffs with his win, as is William Sawalich, Lane Riggs, and Ty Majeski. On points, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Truex, Brandon Jones, Corey Day looking pretty solid. How about Anthony Alfredo in the top 10 of the points, right above Taylor Gray, both guys in the positive. Sammy Smith, Nick Sanchez currently holding the 2 wildcard positions with their victories. Then just below that cut line, you got Ryan Sieg, Caden Honeycutt, Garrett Smithley, Harrison Burton, as well as Tanner Gray, Austin Dillon, and a few more guys there right below that cut line. So Rajah Caruth picks up the win at Darlington in the Xfinity Series. In the background, we've been practicing qualifying for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Goodyear 400 here from Darlington Raceway, where Kyle Larson, to no surprise, puts it on pole position. Zane Smith and Sheldon Creed have to go to the rear with pre-race inspection issues. So a couple of our Ford teammates having inspection issues in this one, but we are bringing out the number 2 Freightliner Ford for the first time this season, trying to win in the Freightliner colors as we start this race from 6th position on the outside of Tyler Reddick, as we are green and underway here at the track. Too tough to tame here in Darlington Raceway. We are underway. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin in the front row, leading us to the green flag over Seabell, Carson Hocevar, Tyler Reddick, and myself. We're able to fit in behind the 45 here through turn 1 and 2, get to the inside of the young Hocevar. A little shot there to Tyler Reddick, a little bit aggressive there on the exit of turn 2, some contact. Reddick almost up into the wall right there, but we get to the inside, continue to fight for 5th position, now 4th position that is, as we clear Reddick into turn 3 to get 4th place. Now the ensuing lap, we've caught Christopher Bell for 3rd, trying to work the inside here into turn 1. Little bit of contact, but nothing too crazy. Good old Rubbins racing. Into 3rd we go as Hamlin tries to take the lead away from Kyle Larson here in Darlington, which he will in a few laps later. We're too high up the racetrack, and here comes Tyler Reddick, the 45, to our inside. And Reddick back to 3rd. We've caught back to Tyler Reddick in the next lap on the exit of turn 2. So down the back, we're side drafting. A little bit of contact. We get to the inside. The 45 slide job, bounce into the wall, lose the position. Reddick back to 3rd. Just a little too aggressive in the corner there for myself. Now back to the inside of Reddick once again for 3rd here. Down this back straightaway. A really good battle so far between myself and the 45 of Tyler Reddick here. 4th position on the race here. Darlington for 3rd place. Hamlin and Larson have driven away. They are gone right now to be in control of the stage. We cleared Tyler Reddick finally for 3rd. So now next lap, we are 13 laps away from the stage end. We're trying to hold back both Ty Gibbs and Ross Chastain here in Darlington, running just our normal line through the corner here. We just tap the apron, get a little bit tight, big slide exit to turn 2. We try to save it, we slide, we slam Ty Gibbs, and there goes the 54. Ty Gibbs crashing big. Time behind us, caution is out. We slam Ross Chastain after the yellow is waved as our AI loses control as we just come up the racetrack, and Ty Gibbs just nowhere to go. Innocent bystander gets collected, cleaned out hard to the outside wall, launched up in the air there by Carson Hocevar. Caution is out, so now we have a restart. 10 to go in stage 1. Noah Gregson, Ryan Preece, William Byron playing some strategy, staying out on the racetrack. And we are stuck behind Hamlin now, fighting for their big shot to Denny Hamlin, trying to bump and run right there. Now we can't find which lane to go in here, so now we have a little bit of contact with Denny into turn 3 and 4. We send it to the inside of Hamlin and Byron. Very loose. We make the pass to 2nd. Now we're tracking down the 60 of Ryan Preece here for RFK Racing. We go the inside and take the lead away from Preece here in Darlington. He's, of course, trying to turn his season around after a rough start so far now, but here comes the 5 of Kyle Larson, has tracked us down for the lead. We get in the wall and exit turn 4, just drove it in too deep. Big mistake right there from us. So 7 to go stage 1. Larson in the lead. I'm trying to get back to him. I give him a little shot, and Larson completes sideways. Larson slides. Hamlin and I somehow managed to split him in the middle 3 wide, but Hamlin is gone with the race lead here in Darlington, and Larson eventually gets his 2nd position back from us, as we were really struggling with the grip here on the tires. 5 to go in stage 1, trying to hold back Joey Logano and Ross Chastain behind us into turn 1. Our teammate Logano blows the tire, stuffs Chastain in the fence. The tire is down on Joey Logano, and all of a sudden the 22's day is over in an instant here in Darlington. Joey Logano out here at the track. Too tough to tame. And that's going to be back-to-back sub-20th place finishes for our teammate in the 22. But Denny Hamlin will win Stage 1 here in Darlington over Kyle Larson second, myself third, Josh Berry and Christopher Bell the top 5. Then Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, Carson Hocevar, how about young Jesse Love, and Ryan Blaney the top 10. So Hamlin gets his first stage win of the season, and it comes here at Darlington. We still earn a solid 8 points, continue to extend our regular season championship lead. And, of course, Larson seems to be one of our biggest rivals. So 21 to go in Stage 2 after pit stop cycle. Order shaking up a little bit. Larson behind us. Now it's Hamlin and Josh Berry the front row. How about the 21 up here competing for the victory? Now we're battling the 20 of Christopher Bell for third. We managed to avoid hitting the wall in 1 and 2. So that's some progress. We make a little bit of contact with Eric Jones going to turn 3. Got a little aggressive on my line 3 corners. We go up the track. We get into the wall there. I knew the 43 was going to slide into me, so I just had to accept my fate and do a little bit of a wall pop right there. But Bell gets by us for third. Here comes Kyle Larson for fourth. We're side drafting him down the front straightaway. 20 to go in Stage 2. Trying to work the outside of Christopher Bell once again. Connie Larson is going to get put us in the wall. The 5 stuffs us in the fence. We get into 77 and around goes Hocevar as he slides and spins. But Larson just stuffed us in the fence for 4th place. I don't believe it. And I am fuming after what Kyle Larson just did to us right there. He just ruined our race. Eric Jones has since gone by us for 6th in the caution. I couldn't quite find why. It comes out a little bit later. So now we have a restart. 12 to go in Stage 2. We are back here in 36th. Anthony Alfredo and I came down the pit lane. So now I am trying to work my way back through all this traffic and back up into stage point contention here. But if I get back to Kyle Larson, I promise you I'm going to pay him back for just brutally putting us in the wall like that. I mean, we may have been a little bit at fault coming down a little bit into the corner, but he just straight drove it into us, drove through us, stuffed us in the fence. But now we're into 25th, top 25. We got a little physical there with Todd Gilliland. More physical than I would have liked. Now battling John Hunter Nemechek and Sam Mayer 3 wide. Because I'm so low, I have no choice but to get into the car right above me. So we got Nemechek again. So a little bit over-aggressive, overzealous with our driving through the field here because we're driving frustrated right now. We get by Allgaier, get by Chase Elliott. We're back in the top 20. Just like that on the restart. Denny Hamlin still dominating this race. 10 to go in Stage 2. We're now catching Connor Zilic, Christian Eckes. I try to avoid them down low, but we hit the 99. And around goes Connor Zilic. He's spinning behind us. We get to the inside of Busher for 16th. Try to get Chase Briscoe, but the caution comes out for the 99s. We just got into Zilic, and unfortunately, we spin out the rookies. We're having a really impressive start to the season, and just my mistake there. Apologies to my former team in the 99 there at Trackhouse. Is not what I meant to do. Just once again pushing the issue, trying to get back to the field. So now we stay out. We get track position. Easily beat Austin Cindric for 9th. Now we're 3 wide with Alex Bowman and Ty Gibbs for 7th. We make that pass out the inside of Tyler Reddick. How about Shane Van Gisbergen and Cole Custer in the top 5? We go by both of them to get to 4th. Now, if you have there, catching our teammate, the 12 of Ryan Blaney, having a strong day so far here. We get to the inside of Blaney for 3rd. Now we set our sights on our Alliance teammate over the Wood Brothers, Josh Berry, having another great performance today here in Darlington, running in position number 2 as we settle in behind him for now, but we're going to be looking to make a move into 3 and 4. So what we're going to do here, a little bit of a bump there, so a little bit of a bump and run on Josh Berry, but into 2nd we go, and now we are behind the 5 of Larson, who we know we got to pay back if we can get back to him here. But now the 45 tire gets blown a tire, the 48 of Alex Bowman crashing into the wall, hit by Suarez, hit by Haley, upside down, the 48 end over end, barrel rolling down the front straightaway, a hellacious crash, and somehow no caution. I mean, deplorable officiating from NASCAR. Now we're trying to catch Larson. So Reddick's still on the track. We have nowhere to go slam Larson. We're both crashing into turn 1. That's going to end the stage. And in a shocking fashion, Kyle Larson and I are going to wreck across the line as he wins Stage 2. We still end up 2nd. Blaney, Berry, 3rd and 4th. Gibbs in 5th. Custer, SVG, Cindric, Haley, and Eckes the top 10. Unbelievable turn of events to end Stage 2. All due to the terrible call by NASCAR Race Control to not call the caution from Tyler Reddick, who was sitting in the middle of the racetrack, which caused Larson to slow down. And then I didn't realize Reddick was there until the last second, so I tried to send it all the way to the bottom and just drove through Kyle Larson, absolutely obliterated him, and basically took him out of contention. Well, but we both went crashing, so now we both lost our track position and damage repair and pitting. So now we're back here in 22nd on this restart, going by Carson Quaffle and Chase Elliott for P20. But yeah, we did get a little bit of our payback on Kyle Larson by just full sending it into him, as I kind of did target him into the corner. So we'll see NASCAR decides to rule on that. As 26 to go, we are working by Sam Mayer, Seabell to get back into the top 20, which we do now to 18th. Now a little shot to Zane Smith, 3-wide with him and Bubba Wallace, 3-wide with Todd Gilliland, Denny Hamlin squeezing him up into the wall. Into 14th we go. Now working on Noah Gregson in the 4, and those 2 Spire cars with McDowell and Hocevar and Nemechek. A little bit of contact. My apologies to the 42 for squeezing him into the wall there, but just like that, we're back into the top 10. Then a little shot next to the turn 2 gets us by Justin Haley for 9th. We're now setting our sights on the 24 of William Byron for 8th position on the racetrack. Of course, Byron, our most recent race winner from Martinsville just last episode. Now we're trying to hold on to 8th, but now here comes the 11 of Denny Hamlin right back to the inside. And Hamlin gets back around us here with 21 to go. Field up there 3-4. We're trying to chase him back down, but to no avail until the caution comes out on the speedway. So now we have a restart with 17 to go. Keep note, 5 cars pitted. Myself, Jonathan Nemechek, Josh Berry, Anthony Alfredo, and Kyle Larson in the 5. So here we are behind Larson turn 1. We just slam into him, push him up the racetrack there. We don't completely wreck him, but we get physical, kind of punt him out of the way there to show our frustration the way he's been racing us today. So a little bit of beef there between myself and the 5. Now in turn 3 and 4, we are flying through the field, already up in the top 25 on exit of turn 4 on the first lap. Going by a couple JRM cars, a couple front row cars, now going by Gilliland and Mayer. 16 to go into 23rd. Now setting our sights on Chase Elliott and our former team and Connor Zilich, the rookie in the 99, just ahead of us. Now we go to the inside of Zilich and Elliott, go by both of them. Now to the middle of Eric Jones and Chase Elliott. Now 3 wide with Zane Smith, Alex Bowman somehow working the middle. 3 wide in the middle of McDowell and Briscoe. We bounce off the wall, but it works brilliantly. And just like that, we're into 16th place. Continuing to charge through the field as Ty Gibbs leads this race. Now we go to the inside of Christian Eckes, working on Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Ryan Preece here as we are approaching the top 10 here. Going by William Byron for 11th. Now going by Jesse Love and Justin Haley will get us into the top 10 here in turn 3 into 9th as we start sights on Christopher Bell for position number 8 here at Darlington, who we will get with 14 to go. We get to the inside and into 8th we go, going by Christopher Bell here at Darlington. And now, a few laps later, we've caught the 0-1 of Austin Cindric, having quite the impressive run for Rick Ware Racing, currently running in 7th position, but we get by him on the fresher tires on the outside lane. Into 7th we go. Now still, Cole Custer and Shane Van Gisbergen having incredible runs here at Darlington, positions 5 and 6. Cole Custer has been on an absolute roll. He and Haas Factory team are turning it on here at Darlington as we're going all over. He was sliding all over the place. I kept hitting the wall trying to avoid him. It's a little frustrated with the 0-0 right there. We get by SVG for 6th. Now the inside of Cole Custer, we're going to give him a little bit of contact here into turn 3, showing my frustration of what happened there on that last lap. Into 5th we go, going by Haas Factory Team's Cole Custer. Now we've caught the 77 of Carson Hocevar for 4th place, who's recovered nicely from that spin earlier in the race that we accidentally caused with him after Larson stuffed us in the fence. So we go by Hocevar. Into 4th we go. Denny Hamlin leads, but they have less fuel than we do. And up here, the leaders are in pit road. Here comes Hamlin, Gibbs, and Blaney. They are in, and that will cycle us out to the race lead here, the Goodyear 400 in Darlington, with just 7 laps remaining. Now, white flag waving in the air, final lap, presented by Credit One Bank here in Darlington. Our tire is barely hanging on for dear life. We're to the fence, just making a mistake, coming down too much on the outside of Michael McDowell, almost spinning out and choking away the win here at Darlington. We're trying to hold off Kyle Larson. Funnily enough, it's come down to us two once again here in Darlington. He's about a second back. We have 12% on our right front tires. We go through 3 and 4 for the final time, catching Justin Allgaier and Anthony Alfredo, who are about to go 1 and 2 laps down respectively as we come through to hold on, and we are going to win at Darlington in dramatic fashion. The tire able to hold on, a chaotic race drama with Kyle Larson and I, and that crazy end of stage 2, and then me punting him later in the race after he stuffed us in the fence in turn 1. So a rivalry definitely has been started between myself and Kyle Larson, really adding to the Penske versus Hendrick rivalries. Of course, remember, the last 2 races, Byron and I have been up at the front running 1-2, made contact at different points. Now Larson and I really taking it to another level here today in Darlington, but we managed to play the strategy game to perfection, pick up the victory with our right front tire hanging on for dear life. Great run for Kyle Larson. Great run for Anthony Alfredo, John Hunter. All those other guys that pitted made the right strategy calls. We burned it down here in the front straightaway. Now head to victory lane to celebrate with the crew here in Darlington. Undefeated in the Freightliner colors so far in this final season of the career mode. This being our third spring Darlington race win, which is the most of anybody so far in our 5 seasons of the career mode. So we are the all-time Darlington wins leader just for the terms of this career mode. So here are the final race results here from Darlington. Of course, we pick up the win. Ironic that Kyle Larson ends up second after everything we went through together in this race. Then Josh Berry, best run of the year in third. John Hunter Nemechek, best finish of the season, top 5. Anthony Alfredo, that's his second top 10 of the year, this time inside the top 5. He's been great with the strategy calls. Denny Hamlin, the leader of that alternate strategy, just didn't quite work out for him in 6th with Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, and Carson Hocevar rounding out the top 10. Shout out Cole Custer and Austin Cindric in the top 15 once again. The season was also good there. The guys at DNF, Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano, not their days today. So here's the updated Chase standings here for the Cup Series. 8 races down, 18 to go in the regular season. It remains the dominance of the Killer Bees. Myself, Byron, and Bush are still the only 3 winners on the season. Kyle Larson with a gigantic gap to the cut line. He's A-okay to make it. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain looking pretty solid, as well as Josh Berry on the point side. Then Cole Custer and SVG currently sit on the bubble. Last 2 guys in the top 10 in the points. Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney holding the 2 wildcard positions, with Justin Haley, Corey Heim, Joey Logano, and Eric Jones on the outside looking in, heading into Bristol next episode. But we are not done with this episode just yet. There has been a news update from NASCAR has decided they will be investigating the incident between myself and Kyle Larson that happened at the end of Stage 2 at Darlington. So we'll see what happens there. And then also, NASCAR has fired the race director due to the poor officiating with not calling that caution for Tyler Reddick as he sat stuck in the middle of the racetrack for an entire lap, causing Alex Bowman to flip horribly. We are hoping the 48 is okay. He's been sent to a local medical center to be evaluated for concussion symptoms, so we'll see if the 48 is okay. But NASCAR investigating the incident between myself and Kyle Larson, and they hired a new race director after firing the one for poor officiating in today's race. So now, as we conclude this episode, as always, I'm going to give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley. Really appreciate your guys' support. It means a ton to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching or not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I would really, really appreciate it. If you want to become a paid channel member, get a shout out like these 3. Link is in the description down below. Until next episode, we'll be racing from the last great Coliseum in Bristol. I hope you all have a good one.